Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Okay, come this way a little bit more.
Hello.
Are we getting ready for our day? Yeah. You should go find some new clothes for school.
Okay.
All right.
Don't touch my phone.
Okay, I won't touch your phone, I promise. So, happy Wednesday. I'm just going to do some quick makeup. Well, we'll see if it's quick. I'm doing makeup. I have no idea what I was just going to say. I'm just going to get started with my pre-makeup routine, which is setting spray, face primer, and then setting spray. And that way that can get drying while I talk. So I want to show how to use the bronzers. So I will definitely be using that today. And I'm going to use the new Complexion Plus powder, the pressed powder foundation. I'll use that today and a few other good stuff. We're going to use the Beloved 3 palette. So fun stuff. While that dries, make sure you say hi when you hop on. I'm going to share this real quick. Maybe. I can't get that one to come up. Oh well. All right. So, I am using our mattifying face primer. It's probably my favorite face primer. Got my hair stuck in it. So it is going to mattify your skin as well as blur imperfections, help minimize the appearance of fine lines and pores. So very useful in my opinion. So that's our mattifying primer. You always want to make sure that you use a face primer. Hi, Chrissy. You always want to make sure that you use a face primer when you are putting anything on your face, because that is going to help create a barrier layer so that your foundations, any of your makeup isn't going to, hi Danielle, aren't going to soak into your skin, so it keeps your skin healthier. And then it's also going to let your makeup, whatever makeup you're wearing, wear longer. It's also going to allow you to use less product, as far as like foundation and whatnot, less product on your face because it's not soaking into your skin. So your actual product is going to last longer. So without primer, you may get 1 to 2 months out of this, where if you were using primer, you could get 3 to 4. So, and that's just a general statement. I mean, I can't guarantee those numbers. I have no idea. I just made those numbers up. But just to give you a general idea, it's going to last longer because you're not using as much product when you're using primer first. So setting spray, primer, setting spray. That is going to be our pre-makeup routine. We'll let this dry. That's going to let this last all day. I plan on getting on the elliptical later today, so I'll have no worries of what it's going to look like later in the day, because it'll be just fine if I'm doing my primer and setting spray and then using a setting spray or a setting product after I'm done doing the makeup as well. So it's going to last no problem. I am going to use our Complexion Plus powder. This stuff is basically skincare infused foundation. It's amazing. It's one of my new favorites as far as foundation. I gotta say, I love all of our foundations, so I can't pick a bad one. Every single one, if I only had to use one of them for the rest of my life and somebody else choosed it. Whoa. It's early and I haven't had much coffee. Hi, Angel. I do have a link. Yes. Let me grab it. You changed already? Nice job. That was super fast. Don't mind me. I'm just going to grab the link for you real quick. And throw it in there. Oop. Okay. There we go. So now that should be in there for you, hopefully. Should be coming up if it's not already. All right, so I'm gonna use my kabuki brush along with my powder. And the nice thing about this, you can use the little sponge that it has in here, but depending on the brush that you use, or if you use a blending bud or a sponge, that's going to decide the amount of coverage, the amount of product that's actually going on your skin. So if you want a really light coverage, you can use a fluffier, soft brush like this, not so dense, and that's going to give you nice light coverage. If you use a kabuki brush and you pat it on as opposed to spreading it, that's going to give you a much heavier, fuller coverage. I'm going to kind of do in between, and I'm going to use my kabuki brush, but I'm going to spread it and brush it on as opposed to patting it, which would provide a heavier coverage. So I'm just going to kind of brush this on. And the nice thing is it's super fast to be able to apply. If you do your pre-makeup routine, you know, as soon as you get out of the shower, get your skincare on, throw some setting spray and primer and then setting spray on, and then by the time you're done making your coffee, you're ready to put your makeup on, and can, you know, quickly throw some foundation on. So I'm just doing light. Nothing too crazy fancy, but completely evens out my skin tone, covers up the couple like little red spots and blemishes that I've got going on, and I'm good to go. If I wanted to throw on some mascara and walk out of the house, I could. Would have no problem with that. I'm gonna add to the look because I can. And I want to show you some other stuff. All right, so I'm gonna do some concealer. This is our Skin Solution concealer. This has caffeine in it, so it's going to wake up that under eye area, as well as brighten it up with, I always suggest to do a lighter shade than your foundation, or the same shade if you're just, if you don't like a lot of contrast. So I'm just doing a very light one. So I just did 2 little dots. I actually wiped most of the product off of the brush, the applicator, before I dotted that on, so that I'm getting very minimal product. And now here's one thing that I want to show you. This is what, because of the way that I applied that, and I didn't bring it down far enough, see this line right here? It really accentuates, because I only have product right here, and instead of going in a triangle here, I really accentuated this line right here. So I don't want that. So I'm gonna go back in and see, I'm literally wiping the product off of the applicator because there's plenty on there. You do not need a lot. I'm gonna re-wet my blending bud, and I'm just gonna add a little more, and that way I can fix that. We'll add in an upside down triangle, because instead of bringing attention to that little circle, I want to help hide it. If I just go in the circle and use the concealer in the circle, then I'm going to accentuate that as opposed to helping to minimize it. I'll do the other side. And also that concealer is only $29, so you really cannot go wrong there. The great thing too is we've got our monthly special, which is spend $80 and save 15%. Hi, Christina. And spend $150 and save 20%. So you can grab all of the essentials that you want. It can be, you can even jump in with family or friends and, you know, pool into one order and save that way too, because you can do multiples. You could do 7 mascaras if you wanted to. It doesn't have to be distinct products. So I'm going to go and take whatever's left on my kabuki brush and just kind of blend this so it doesn't look quite so bright down onto my cheeks. Hi, Kim. I'm excited to see your lovely face in a little bit. I figure I need to get my makeup done now so I can come see you and rush back home to the rest of the madness. All right, so I'm going to do some setting powder. I have my large blending bud. Our blending buds actually come in a 2-pack, so you get that small one that I just used for my concealer, as well as the large one, and they are awesome blending buds. I have the little cap part out of my setting powder because I like to do what's called baking, and I like to use more product than what you, I guess, would standard probably use. If you get really oily throughout the day, this is something that you can try and see if it helps. It definitely should help because this will keep me going all day. And like I said, I plan on getting on the elliptical later and sweating, and I will have no issue with anything. My makeup's still going to be there when I'm done. And I know I looked really sweet before. Enjoy, Kim. Stay safe. I'll see you in a bit. So I look really good. Screenshot that, guys. This is what Alicia looks like when she's doing her makeup. So I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. And I've got my big fluffy brush. You can also use a fan brush, is really good for it. But you're just gonna really lightly dust off any of the excess powder. And what has soaked into your skin is what's gonna do the job. So you're just gonna dust off all that excess, and that will leave behind whatever has adhered itself basically to your makeup, and that's going to do its job the rest of the day. The other setting powder option is our prime and set powder, which is awesome. You shake it up and it's literally like wobbly, like it's so weird. It's got this wet technology inside of it that allows it, that's why it looks like that. And it's actually chilling. So when you're brushing it on, you can actually feel where you're putting it because it's chilling on the skin. Oh, you're gonna love that. This one is actually the setting powder brush. The new brush is, I think it's similar to this, but it's shorter. I don't have that one yet. I really need to order it. But this you can use as a prime product. So instead of face primer, you can use this and just dust this on before you put your makeup on, and then dust this on after as well. So that's another option for a setting product. All right, so I'm gonna do some blush and then we will get to our bronzer. Oh, I just realized I don't have my, like, one of the most important things, brows. Where's my brow liner? Uh-oh. Tragedy, tragedy. I don't know what happened to my brow liner. Well, that could be a problem. I don't know what I did with my brow liner. Alright, well we're going to use the lighter color brow liner because I don't know what happened to my dark one that I always use. I don't see it. I also don't have my glasses on, so that doesn't help either. Alright, so we're doing a little bit of blush. This is just going to add a little bit of that, it's going to add some color back into your skin, add some warmth into your skin, and then it's also going to, it's mimicking the natural blushing of your cheeks. So it just kind of brings that back out. So it just kind of wakes up that look. I love blush. I've always been, even since I was young, I was always obsessed with using blush. Probably too much blush, but that's okay. All right, and then the next thing that I'm gonna use is I'm gonna use that setting powder brush, which is going to be very similar to the powder puff brush, which is a new one, or I should say it's a re-release. And it goes very well with our beachfront bronzers. So this is the shade Sunset. This is the lightest shade in bronzer that we have. And I'm just gonna take a little bit, I'm gonna tap off my brush, and then I'm gonna go same thing that you would do for a contour. See this natural hollow right here where there's that shading there, or that shadow? That's where I'm gonna apply this, right in there, and I'm just gonna dust it lightly. And just give it that, just add to that natural shading, or shadow I should say. And you can get some up here because it does have a shimmer to it. And we're going to do the other side. And bring it up a little bit just to give it that nice glow to the cheeks as well on top of that blush. And it just adds some great warmth and color. And then I'm going to do, just carefully dust the sides of my nose, just like I'm contouring. This is actually the first product that I used to ever, that I learned to contour with, is our beachfront bronzers last year. So, this is not new to me. This is a very, a product that I used and loved a lot. And then they retired them and I had to stop. I still have like 3 of these in my stash that I have been saving because I love them so much and I want to be able to use them, but I will only use them when I'm not taking a photo with makeup or doing a video, because I don't want to use something that you guys can't get. So now I'm super excited to be able to showcase them again because I love them. They're awesome, especially with summer coming up. This is going to be like your best friend. Throw on a little bit of that powder or some BB cream and throw on a beachfront bronzer, mascara, you're good to go for the summer. So that is that. Let's do some brows and then we will do, got setting powder all over my shirt and my table and my legs. That's what happens when you pop that cap off. You end up getting it all over, but worth it. Lily, go lay down. I swear, she always wants out when I'm doing something because she's like, Mom's not paying attention to me. I need something. Yeah, Christina, you're gonna love it. All right, so I'm gonna do my brows. I'm gonna look in my mirror here because, again, I don't have my glasses on and looking in the phone to do it just usually spells disaster. So this is the shade Medium. We do have all 3 shades in our brow pencils or brow liners, I should say, because it's a pencil, but it's the retractable, so you don't you don't have to sharpen them, which is awesome. I normally wear the shade Dark, but I don't know what I did with my dark pencil, or my dark liner. So we're gonna use the shade Medium. so that I have something on. And it should work just fine. And that kind of gives you an idea on the versatility of the color. So I can wear medium, it's fine. And I can also wear the dark shade. If you're unsure, then you're not going to really mess it up. Just go off whatever you think, and I can definitely help with that too in figuring out the right shade. But our shade light was out of stock for probably a good couple of months, and it is back now, which is exciting. And you're just going to do in little strokes just to try to mimic a hair follicle. Lily, quiet. She did this to me all yesterday when it was raining. I'm like, you are not going outside just to play in the rain. She's a lab, so she loves water and wet, and if there are puddles in the yard. We actually have a fenced-in yard, but we have to put her on a cable when it is wet outside, because she will find the puddles in the yard and she will race through them, roll in them. Like, she's like a true lab when it comes to loving the wet grass and the puddles and the ponds and all that. She has tried to jump in our pool before, but we have one of those ones that are like the easy set pool, so it has the blow up ring around it. So like, she's gonna end up popping it if she tries to go in it. So otherwise, I would let her go swimming if I wasn't worried about her breaking it. I'm going to use eye primer because I am planning to exercise later. I want to make sure. Yes. Does Rocky try to jump into? Because did you guys have one of those pools too? I can't remember if it was you that had one of those easy set ones too. Does he try to go in it? Or if you guys have like a little kiddie pool. When we had a smaller, like one of the plastic sided ones. Oh, yeah, Danielle, you'll have like big time mud issues with that. But if you have them on a cable, then it's not, too bad. We just always kept Lily on a cable unless it was like nice and dry out, and then she also has a little collar that I can like vibrate her, because she's scared of everything. So it's extremely rare if I ever have to actually shock her. It's very rare. But I just vibrate her collar and she like stops immediately what she's doing. All right, Christina, I thought that you guys had something like that where the dog will go in the pool, because we have one of the hard-sided plastic ones that's pretty decent size, but it has now become, oh yeah, there you go. That works. But yeah, that plastic pool has now become Lily's because the girls got their bigger pool. I'm going to use Beloved Palette 3. I'm going to use this pinky shade up here because it matches my shirt, and I'm going to use some pink tones for my lips, so we're going to go with that. And I'm just going to do one color today, nice and easy. So this is my cream shadow brush, and it is perfect for these this particular palette, because the shadows are they're technically a powder, but they're super, super creamy. So a great tool to use is the cream to shadow brush. And I'm going to blend that so it'll be all good. It won't look quite so crazy like that. Did the same with him. He got the hard plastic one. Yep. I know, those are the good ones, because Lily likes to dig while she's in the water. She likes to dig and then it splashes everywhere. So it's like, if it's not a hard-sided pool, she's just gonna like rip it and destroy it. So, and actually I'm trying to think if I can't remember if at the end of last summer, if we had to throw out the one that she used, because I think it had been a couple of years old, so I think that it got some holes and cracks in it. So now I might have to get her a new one. She needs her own pool. Hi, Brittany. So we've got quite loud eyes, right? You can see how loud. Yes, catch the waves. That's hilarious. He tries to bite him. sure. I thought we were going to get a delivery, and I thought the dogs are going to go nuts, speaking of. So I'm going to use my blending brush, and I'm going to blend this whole eye just to soften it up. So all of the transitions from where it's ending, we're going to blend just in circles and on top of the lid. And you can see just how it softens it up compared to this one. And then we're going to blend this one. Do the same thing, just circles. If I'm at this edge of the eye, I'm going to circle this way. If I'm at this edge of the eye, I'm going to circle this way. That way I'm not spreading it onto my face. So circles in toward the eye. Just to kind of blend that all out. And you know what? I think that's good. Shedding here. All right, let's fix that color. So next we'll do lash primer. That is going to condition, lift, and curl your lashes. It is extremely nourishing to your lashes. So, you know, the thing that I love about this whole lash line, any of our mascaras, obviously the lash serum, the lash primer, it's actually good for your lashes. So as opposed to feeling bad, like you use a blending brush on the liquid eyeshadows. Absolutely. That's actually what I just did. This is actually, technically this palette is a pressed shadow, so it's a powder, but it's extremely, it's made with a different like technology, so it's actually very creamy. And so it's essentially very similar to a cream shadow, and that's what I used. And then I used the blending brush to blend it. So you can definitely use a blending brush with the liquid eyeshadows. You're just gonna want to, like I said, so if you're on this outside corner blending, you're gonna want to circle in toward your eye. And if you're on this corner here on the inside, you're gonna circle toward your eye this way, the opposite way. So you always want to circle toward your eye so that you're not spreading the product down your face, basically. So I'm going to use Twisted Mascara. No problem. And this little wand in the Twisted Mascara is going to be perfect for your bottom lashes and all of the little lashes on the top. I swear you will find lashes that you had no idea existed, especially on those top lashes, all the lashes in the corner. The thing that I like to do also with this little brush is I like to get all the way to my lash line and just blink. And that is going to create almost like an eyeliner. That's going to get that color, that mascara all the way to the lash line. And it creates, see the difference, obviously I've got the white on here, but see the difference of how that just really brightens that up. And it looks like I have a thin layer. Hi, Tira. It looks like I have a thin layer of eyeliner on, but I don't. So the inside corners, and then just do a little layer with that little brush, and then same thing on this side. I'm going to get all the way to the lash line and just blink that on. And that gives, see the difference where it gives that appearance like I have a thin eyeliner on without actually having to use eyeliner. So then I'm going to use, that was this top part here. Then I'm going to use the silver part of the cap, and that is going to give me my larger molded wand. And that is where I'm going to coat the rest of my lashes and build up more volume, more length. Define and separate the lashes as well.
Mom, can I eat these
What is it?
raisins?
Oh, no, I wouldn't eat those. I don't know how old those are. Did you just find those in a backpack? Oh, that's an old backpack. So no, I would not eat any snacks that are in that backpack. Okay, can you make sure you throw them away so that the dogs don't They're what?
It's safe in here.
It's safe in the backpack? Okay. Well, as long as the dogs can't get to them. So just blinking that on. Make sure I'm getting all of the lashes. So that is done. So super simple eye look with one shade from our Beloved 3 palette. And then lips are the last. I'm going to use Easy Street matte lipstick first. What are you doing? And these matte lipsticks are so creamy and so like, I wanted like the word that comes to mind is luscious. I don't know. It just is. It's just, they feel so good and they're hydrating too. So they're not usually a matte lipstick where you feel like by the end of the day, your lips feel so dry. These are not going to dry your lips out at all. It's actually going to feel like you have like a lip balm on the whole day. They're just so creamy. And then I'm going to use Lonesome lip gloss over top. And just add to that pretty baby pink. So it just gives it that nice, pretty gloss. They do smell so good too. They smell like cupcakes or like frosting or something. It's so good. So this is probably one of my favorite combos, go-to combos, is the Easy Street matte lipstick with the Lonesome gloss over top. So that is it. That is it. So guys, listen, guys. That made me laugh. It sounded like a YouTube video, like guys. Anyway, don't forget that we have our monthly special, which is spend $80, get 15% off, spend $150 and get 20% off. On top of that, you can also use YCash with these. So I believe it just, I don't know if, I'm not 100% positive because I haven't played with it enough yet, but I believe it just can't take your subtotal below the 80 or 150 to get those discounts. But say if you spend $160, you can still use $10 YCash, so it keeps you at the 150 subtotal, and then it will still take the 20% off also. So don't be afraid to do that, or let me know and I can help put together a cart for you and play with the numbers to see what we can make work. So don't forget to go in, get your goodies at the discount. I hate to see people pay full price if they don't have to. So if there's something that you want and you want to jump into my order, let me know and we'll see if we can work something out. Share this video. Share this video for a chance to win some stuff. I can't say what, but you won't be disappointed in what you get. So share this video and then I will do a drawing probably sometime tomorrow for a winner out of those shared people. You guys have a great day and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.